What's up everybody, this is Blockus and today I come with a video about elevators. I haven't done one of these before, so I figured I want to try some basic designs in order for me to be able to build better and bigger ones in the future. Now, today I wanted to actually focus on soul sand and water elevators, but I also couldn't leave out the flying machine elevator, what with it being my first elevator video. So why don't we just jump right ahead and look at the first elevator. As I said, this is a simple flying machine elevator, and if you look behind me, you'll see a bunch of shulker boxes and melons, which are all blocks that don't stick to slime. You can pick whatever you like, and I'm guessing that shulker boxes are usually the better option because you have all the same colors of concrete and wool. So other than that, the only other thing that you need to see up here is this button, which is going to trigger the circuit below. So we're just going to go down there and look at what's happening. As you see, all I have is a very simple T flip-flop circuit which guarantees that a single signal is going to be sent to the observer and prevent noise from happening. Honestly, you don't really need a T flip-flop for this kind of elevator because the flying machine is just going to take off when you trigger it one way or the other. But I started using these a lot when working with observers, mainly because I don't like things firing twice and noise happening, because as the contraption grows bigger and more complex, having little things like these can add a lot of headaches. So I think a T flip-flop in this case is okay, but you'll see for the next two elevators that we're going to look at after this one, it's going to be very necessary. And the moment the T flip-flop is fired, the flying machine is going to get triggered and is going to fly all the way up. So how about we get on the elevator and go all the way up so I can show you how the descent circuit works, and then we'll be done with this one. Alright, this seems like it's working very well, and I know that I told you that I'll show you the descending circuit, but honestly that's kind of a lie because all there is here is a single obsidian block with a button on it and a redstone lamp under it, and that redstone lamp is facing the observer that's on the flying machine. So all we need to do is press the button and the platform is gonna go all the way down. And there you have it. This elevator, in my opinion, is a lot more exciting than regular flying machine elevators because this uses soul sand and water. And as you may or may not know, soul sand has to be touching an origin block of water in order to push things up, and every block above that has to be an original block of water for things to keep going up the column, if that makes any sense to you. So in this case, I decided not to have everything all the way down be an original block of water because I didn't want water spilling everywhere, and instead I set up a double piston extender with the soul sand block at the very bottom, which when you fire it up is going to push two blocks up and is going to place the soul sand block exactly under the origin block of water, the lowest one of them, and then anything that's above the soul sand, whether it's a player or a block of any type, is going to fly all the way up to the top. Alright, so now it's time to get on the elevator and get up on the second floor, and then I'll show you how to get back down once you've gotten up there. It really is super simple, and I think that's where the beauty lies. So now that you've seen how to come up, I'm showing you how to go down, and that is actually extremely simple. It's just this button with a redstone wire leading all the way down to the same double piston extender. So when you click the button, the sandstone block is going to get pulled down, the bubbles will disappear, and the water will once again let you climb all the way down. And finally, I got a very simple idea when I got up here, is that this can be used as a very cool base entrance. Theoretically, if you have this type of setup with a combination or something that prevents intruders, then you can have this be as a perfectly usable door for a base that's underground. And now on to the last and most complex of these three elevators, and this is in my opinion potentially the coolest thing I've ever built. So let me tell you a little bit about it. This is basically another elevator with a soul sand block and a water column that's going to be above it, but it's done a little bit differently than before. You'll see that the soul sand block is placed right there in front of the lowest dispenser, and then each one of these dispensers actually has a water bucket inside it. And when a dispenser has a water bucket inside, what it does is it dispenses water as soon as you power it, leaving an empty water bucket in the dispenser, and when you power it again, is going to pull the water back, which is a very cool feature and is going to be used as the basis for this elevator right here. And just to put this out there early on, this metal door here is just a door. I have it to make you feel at home. It has nothing to do with the circuit, so don't worry about it. This piston right here, however, is a little more important, and what it does is it pushes this glass block in front of the second dispenser in order to prevent the water from spilling everywhere and destroying the redstone, and is connected to a pulse extender back there which keeps it open long enough for the player to get swept up and the water to disappear before it retracts. The circuit right here is powered, goes all the way around, and it powers a T flip-flop, which will, from there, power a series of observers that take the signal all the way up to the top and powering up all the dispensers and dispensing the water into the elevator and triggering the elevation mechanism. So my first thought for coming down was to simply connect a button from the very top all the way down to the same circuit, but then I realized that it would cause a huge issue because the water actually disappears from the bottom all the way to the top, so when the last block disappears, I fall all the way down to my death. So what I ended up doing instead was set up a closing mechanism with a button from the very top that sends it through a series of observers on the side, and then what happens after that is that only the last observer is a little bit delayed so that there's water left in there for the player to fall on. And this protects the player from losing any health and from coming down really slowly compared to the last elevator, because this one, it's falling speed, which I think it's faster than any other elevator available. Alright, so let's just hop on and try it one more time. Get right in here and press the button. And we'll go right back down. And just to prove to you that my design works and that you're not gonna die if you try this in survival, I'm gonna switch the mode to survival and we're gonna try this one more time. And now if we go down through the same elevator shaft, with the water disappearing one block at a time, we should make it down safely with the last water having water and no hearts lost whatsoever. So let's go ahead and try it. Whoa, I was scared there for a second. It looked a little bit close, but it looks like it's working. Let's play with it a little bit more because this thing is just way too fun. Alright, so now that this is done, I think I've showed you everything I wanted to show today. And I want to remind you that I'm a very extremely super new YouTuber. So first of all, I'm trying ideas with my videos. I'm trying to see what I enjoy and what I should spend more time learning and doing more of. I'm also learning how to speak and how to do these videos because this stuff is just not as straightforward, you know? Once you put a microphone, I don't know, this weird voice starts coming out of my mouth. So if you hear that, if I sound nasally or if I sound weird, please know that I'm learning and I'm refining and I will hopefully speak a lot better as time goes. But for now, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing so that you can check my next video, which will probably come out tomorrow because I'm trying to keep a daily schedule. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.